Hello everyone. Today we will start with the sixth chapter named the empowerment of women and the weaker section. What does the mean by empowerment? Empowerment means providing the power to make someone strong. How we can make the woman strong in the society by giving them the equal rights and equal status. Correct. In the same way, we had also seen there are so many problems arises in the life of the people who belongs to the weaker section. Here, weaker section doesn't belongs to the strength of a people. Here, weaker section are considered to those people who are always neglected in the society or never involved in any political or any diplomatic status. So we will take a look in this chapter what are the changes happened in our nation after the independence that provided such a great opportunity to the women and the people to the weaker section, and what are the implementation done so that there should be a change in the society. Okay, so women, as we all know, women participated extensively in the freedom struggle. Why it is given here the example of freedom struggle? Because to know that not only the today but even in the past also women played a very important role for the society. Women have also made important contribution in all fields in the post independent period also. You can see now women are, you can see the women are in every field and they are doing well in every field. That brings change in the society. So why should not they get the proper status or proper value? That is why we will study in this chapter as the law enacted for women and other weaker section. What do you mean law enacted? Enacted means created. It not like that the laws are created to favor the women or to favor the people who those who belong to the weaker section, but these law are created so that they can also get the equal opportunity in the society. So when we study the condition of women in India, we realize that the roots of several of the problems they face lie in the mentality of the men. So when we say that there are problems in the woman's life, actually the problem is not there. Where is the problem? The problem is the mind of our own. Correct. So that's very much important. We should change our thinking, our mindset. We always say that women are weaker, women are not doing well, they can't take any big jobs. So in this way, if we consider the problem in the thinking, that should be changed. When we study the condition of women, we realize that the roots of several of the problems they face lie in the mentality of the men. Even in the 21st century, we have not been able to rid ourselves of this male-centered mentality. Even we are living in 21st century now, we are living in the modern world, but still we are not able to get rid of. हिंदी में कहते हैं ना छुटकारा पाना. आज भी हम उस सोच से बाहर नहीं आ पा रहे हैं और इसी का प्रॉब्लम हो रहा है कि हमारी सोसाइटी में आज भी हम इक्वल स्टेटस को कंसीडर नहीं करते हैं. We should think on that way. If you see the contribution of women in different projects, or you can say in different movement, then you will realize what important role they played in the society. Vinoba Bhave. Vinoba Bhave made use of women power in the Bhudan movement, which he started placing in his faith in Mahatma Gandhi's philosophy. As we all know, Vinoba Bhave was a great philosopher of Mahatma Gandhi. So he always followed these steps of Mahatma Gandhi and always tries to bring the change in the society with the peace and non-violence. So he took the use of women in so many different movements. Even we had an example of the Bhudan movement where the poor peasants are they had been injustice with the landlords or the zamindars. So due to such movement, they got their justice. Women volunteers carried the message of Bhudan to all parts of India. Women played a significant role in the Telangana peasant armed struggle which challenged the rule of the Nizam and the feudal system. What do you mean feudal system? We had learned about the feudal system. Basically, feudal system is like the Gulamgiri. Previously, what happened? The laborers are not considered as the labor or the workers. They are considered as the slaves. So in this way, they need to work on the lands of the landlords or the zamindars, and in return, they will not get the money. They provide just them the food, or that too not the good quality, or they not provide them in a proper housing. So they are just a slave. As their region became free from bonded labor, women also found freedom from this torment. So in this way, women also got their status in the society and value, so that even this made you can say a kind of motivation to those people who are thinking that women are not capable or they won't do any kind of improvement for the society. Another example, we have the Latne Morcha. What do you mean Latne? Do you ever heard of the Latne? Latne means the rolling pin. In English, we call it rolling pin, and very commonly it is Balin. And in every household, we had seen mom or we also used to make the rotis with the help of Balin, right? So why this Balin or the Latne considered as the symbol of the movement? Because it is a important part of every kitchen or every household. So here, women with the Latne Morcha shown their aggressiveness against the price rises, and they brought the notice in the minds of government that this is a kind of injustice to a common people. So what is it? Manifestation of woman power. What do you mean by manifestation? Manifestation means, you can say, the display, or you can say the show. When you do any work, so then show you the power, show your the creativity. It is called the manifestation. The list of the work or the deeds you do. Women who have to face the brunt of scarcity, the problem of scarcity, because at that time the prices of basic commodity has risen. So the basic commodities are not available in the market, and there should be a scarcity. And rising prices gave a show of their strength as an organized entity in 1972. Under the leadership of the socialist leader Mrinal Gore, women in Mumbai participated in a demonstration which came to be known as the Latne Morcha. So this movement is called as the Latne Morcha, and Mrinal Gore, she led this movement. What do Latne Morcha? The rolling pin demonstration. Commodities, basic thing which is needed by every household. Commodities like oil, ghee, rava, maida would become scarce just as Diwali was near at hand. So it is time of Diwali. So in every household there are so many sweets and snacks needs to be prepared, and these are the basic things which the prices are gone very high. Even the prices of kerosene, as we all know, at the time most of the people use the kerosene for cooking with the help of stove. Kerosene had become very expensive. Women came together brandishing their rolling pins and took part in the demonstration. This movement met with success, and the people got a glimpse of the united power of women. What is a glimpse? Glimpse means show. So in this way, people get the glimpse, the power of the women. Okay. Next, we have the Chipko movement. What exactly is the Chipko movement? Chipko movement being a very important movement where women tried to save the cutting down of trees. It is a story nearby the Himalayas where different social leaders are involved in this movement. A woman found a new kind of protest where they are encircling the trees. Tree को सब घेर लेते थे, right? So that they won't be cut down. So that's why it is called as the Chipko movement. Another show of constructive woman power was seen during the Chipko movement in 1973. Trees from the forest in the foothills of Himalaya were cut down for the commercial purpose. What are commercial purpose? You can say the business purposes. So as we all know, deforestation being a biggest issue for our whole world. So in this sense, we need to stop such cutting down of trees. So here, Chandi Prasad Bhatt and Sundar Lal Bahuguna had started a movement to prevent this. Women followed the strategy of holding hands and encircling each tree, as their method consisted of protecting the tree by embracing it. Embracing means by covering it. The movement came to be known as the Chipko movement, and that's why this movement is called as the Chipko movement. Okay? आप लोग ऐसा मत समझो कुछ गम वम लगाना था या कुछ चिपकाना था. नो, ऐसा कुछ फेविकॉल की ऐड नहीं चल रही थी. Just the people or the women, those who involved in this movement, they just encircled the trees. Women took part in a large number. Women had a big role to play in the agricultural economy of this region. Gaura Devi was the activist who created this awareness among the women with the help of Sudesha Devi and Bachni Devi. So these are the few important women that played a very important role for the protection of trees. Okay. Next we have anti-liquor movement. What do you mean by anti-liquor? The word anti means opposite, against. Liquor, we all know liquor means alcohol. As we all know, alcohol is not good for health, not good for the society. Whenever we see any advertisement or any display on the television, there's also written on, you can say, a warning that it is dangerous to the health. And that's why in so many states it has been banned. Even at the time of freedom struggle, we had learned in 8th standard, Mahatma Gandhi protested the sale of alcohol. Yes. So what happened in Andhra Pradesh? It is a story of Andhra Pradesh where women protested against the sale or the making of alcohol, because due to the easy availability of alcohol, so many workers or people are addicted to alcohol. What do you mean addiction? Addiction is a kind of attraction or likeness to something that's really dangerous. Correct? In 1992, in Andhra Pradesh, a movement was started against the drinking of alcohol. It received a good response in other states too. When the head of the household dies an untimely death due to alcohol, the family faces serious crisis which affects women the most. So whenever you see due to the addiction of alcohol or due to the consumption of excess alcohol, that will affect your body, that affect really affect your life, family. If in case the person dies untimely, what does untimely means? Is there any time for the death? No, there is no fixed time for the death. But if we compare, a certain age should not be considered as the age of death, because there are so many responsibility on that person or of the family. So if such thing happens, that the problem needs to be faced by the whole family, and that affects the woman most, right? Because woman or the mother, she need to take care of the whole family. So in this way, the consumption or drinking of alcohol never give any kind of supports to the family. Due to alcoholism, what do you mean alcoholism? Alcoholism means drinking habits. Due to alcoholism, they have to deal with extreme sorrow and poverty. Naturally, if a person drinks alcohol in an excessive manner, then it never won't able to do any kind of work. If he don't able to do any work, when from where he will get the money to support the family, to support the child's education, to daily needs, or even he won't able to get the proper medical treatment also. So in this way, they need to face the brunt, they need to face the critical situation in the family. And if the person dies, the complete responsibility comes on the mother. This movement got the support of anti-Arak movement in Andhra Pradesh. What does the mean the Arak? Arak means actually the locally made alcohol. So it was started in Andhra Pradesh, and it also got good response in other states also. As a result of government policy, Arak. What is Arak? Arak is a locally made alcohol. Dealers set up shop in every town and village. The poor laboring people began to get addicted at alcohol. It was easily available, so poor people or labor people easily get to addicted to alcohol, and they spent most of the money on the alcohol. At the same time, a literacy program was being run in the village at the of the state. So at the time, a story named the Sita Katha. It was a story of a lady named Sita. She started the initiative to stop the alcohol in different parts of the state. So taking the lessons or taking the motivation from that, the woman's trying to create a kind of awareness against the alcohol. At the same time, a literacy program was being run in the villages of the state. The Sita Ma Katha, the Sita story, was narrated as a part of this program. It was a story about Sita who creates awareness among the people of a village and gets alcohol to be banned from the village. In 1992, three youths of Dubuganta village of Nellore district in Andhra Pradesh drowned in a lake. So they drowned in a lake in an abbreviation of in a state of inebriation and died. What do you mean in a state of inebriation? In a state of inebriation. Inebriation means you can say the unconsciousness. Hosh mein na hona. Unconsciousness. Because the reason was that this youth, they drank alcohol. And due to that, they are not very much conscious, and they went into the lake and they drowned. That create a very serious issue in the state or nearby the Nellore district. So people are now started agitations against the sale of alcohol. At this instance, the women of the village came together and forced the close of arrack shops. So, women being an active member of the society, they started the movement to stop such kind of arrack shops. The report of this news in the local newspaper had its effect on many other villages. Even at that time, not only in the Dubuganta village or not only in the Nellore district, even in different states, in different villages, people supported such kind of movement against the alcohol. The movement spread to the entire state, and the government had to adopt a strict policy against the sale of alcohol. And seeing the situation, the condition, government also took the strict action against the sale of alcohol. Understood? So if we, maybe it's men or women, if we come together for any work, it can be easily done. Here we can't justify that the work should not be done with the help of woman, or woman can't able to do that. No, any person from the society, if he or she decides, then they can easily have such kind of important, or you can say, a bring a change in the society. Next, the International Women Year. As we all know, every year on the 8th March, we celebrate the International Women Year. How this day has been declared? The day has been declared with the help of United Nations. As we already know what is United Nations, the different branches of the United Nations, and they also work for the in the different fields. The United Nations declared 1975 as the International Women Year, and it was declared in the year 1975 because in the year 1975 so many important decisions or movement has been placed that supports the women movement. The three aspects of this program were peace, development, and equality between men and women. So the movement that started in the year 1975 by the whole world, the importance of the movement was the peace, development, and equality. In 1975, the government of India constituted the Committee on the Status of Women and appointed Dr. Phul Renu Guha as its chairman. Okay. In India also, our government, our different societies had supported such kind of movement, and a important committee has been set up whose chairman was Dr. Phul Renu Guha. So a broad survey, a huge survey, or you can say a kind of investigations has been done or carried out to find out the problems or the issues that are actually in the society in terms of women or in terms of development. A comprehensive survey. What is comprehensive? Comprehensive means you can say broad, huge. A comprehensive survey was conducted of several issues such as the social position of women. What is the woman's position in society? Their status, their value, their importance in society, in the family, the consequences of the constitutional provisions made for women, as also education of women and its percentage. Even what is the involvement of women in the society or in the decision of any family, even their value in different fields, their progress due to education, difficulties faced by working women, what are the problems that women face during their job or during their studies, the position of women with respect to work, livelihood, their wages. What are wages? Wages means salary. In today, we have an equal distribution of salary between men and women. But in past, it is also considered that women don't do proper work, so there should be not equal salary to the women. So there are so many issues related to the wages also. The female male ratio, even we had seen there is always a gap between the male and female ratio, birth and mortality rates, and the role of women. And also governments carried out a study for the birth and mortality rate of women. What do you know mortality? Mortality means death rate, because there should be a certain kind of record on what basis the society is happening in an unequal manner. Because we had seen in past, even when the parents have the girl child, they killed the girl child, right? Even in past there was a certain condition or the situation during the time of baby's birth. There are certain tests which can be easily detected that the newly born baby or the baby which needs to be born is a male or a female baby. If parents came to know that आने वाला बेबी या फिर जो बेबी है वो एक फीमेल चाइल्ड है, तो उसको मदर के वॉम में ही मार देते थे, राइट. सो इट इज अ सीरियस क्राइम, राइट. So now the government has taken some legal action. So if in today's time even the sex determination of a child or the worm, it not disclosed, if any person or any doctor discloses it, it's a crime. So after this survey, the ideas or the views has been carried out, and in the same way, it has been functioned that what are the different steps to be taken. So taking consideration of all the situation, taking into consideration this entire background, a statewide conference for women was held in 1975, organized by Stree Mukti Sangharsh Samiti. This is the name of the organization that started this movement in the year 1975. They had different works, like they had played the street plays. Even they had published so many magazines, periodicals, even so many newspapers, has been books written. Even they had motivated so many different NGOs. What are NGOs? Non-governmental organization to support such kind of movement. So in this way, big and small, so many different organizations has been created that supports for the welfare of women. Taking into consideration this entire background, a statewide conference for women was held in 1975, organized by the Stree Mukti Sangharsh Samiti. Women from all walks of life regions participated in it. The Samiti published its manifesto in 1978. What a manifesto? As you know, manifestation. So manifestation means the list of details or the works they had done, or what is the planning of their in future. Basically, we had seen in manifesto in our classes or schools prospectus or the annual diary. What are the activities we had performed throughout the year, our achievements, correct? The policy of a struggle against discrimination on the basis of gender, caste and varna was adopted. What do you mean discrimination? Discrimination means differences. हिंदी में कहते हैं ना भेदभाव. तो हमें सोसाइटी में ना जेंडर, न कास्ट, द रिलीजन, द वर्ण, किसी में भी हमें कोई डिस्क्रिमिनेशन नहीं करना है. ऐसा मैसेज हमें सोसाइटी तक पहुंचाना है. The policy of a struggle against discrimination on the basis of gender, caste and varna was adopted. This gave rise to a collection of songs called, there are so many songs also composed, like Stree Mukti Chi Lalkari, a street play called Mulgi Zaliyo by Jyoti Mapsekar, and a periodical called Prerak Lalkari, which became their mouthpiece and other programs. What do you mean a mouthpiece? Mouthpiece means the way from which they can show or they can display their voice or they can display their movements, right? In 1977, groups like the Stree Mukti Andolan Samiti, established by Saudmi Rao in Pune, Bayaja, a fortnightly. What is fortnightly? Fortnightly means in a gap of 15 days, 2 weeks, fortnightly. Bayaja, a fortnightly, as also Stree Vuach, Maitrin and Stree Anyay Virodhi Manch in Aurangabad, Mahila Dakshata Samiti in Kolhapur, Mahila Haq in Nasik, and Nari Prabodhan Manch in Latur were formed. These are the different organizations that had been established to support the women's movement. Anti-dowry protection committees. What do anti-dowry? Anti-dowry means against the dowry. What is a dowry? We all know there is a tradition during the marriage where the girl's parent gives certain kinds of gifts or cash to the bride's parent, right? Sorry, here the bride's parent give to the certain kinds of gift or any kind of jewelry to the groom's parent, right? So it is a kind of injustice in the society. So this thing should be stopped. So basis of that, government had made the anti-dowry movement or anti-dowry protection act that should be stopped from the society, right? Anti-dowry protection committees were formed all over Maharashtra. a conference to protest against operation of women was against in Dhule city. So these are the different places in Maharashtra where these movements are started to support the different act, or you can say different law, or you can say the organizations have their own motives to bring change in the society. Vidya Bal, a woman named Vidya Bal, she started a periodical named Nari Samta Manch, and Milun Sarvajini, as also the work of the Samajwadi Mahila Sabha and Krantikari Mahila Sangatana. Sangatana is an organization group. So these are the name of the different organizations were of great help in dealing with women's issue. The employment guarantee scheme in Maharashtra also helped to empower women. Even the Maharashtra government also helped the women by providing them the job opportunities, employment option. That also proved very much important in this sense. Pramila Dandavate established the Mahila Dakshata Samiti in Delhi in 1976. In the year 1976, a woman named Pramila Dandavate, she started a Mahila Dakshata Samiti, and the branches of this Mahila Dakshata Samiti came up in the different states like Andhra Pradesh, Odisha, Tamil Nadu, Kerala, Madhya Pradesh, Uttar Pradesh, and Punjab. Even the Communist Party, we know the Communist Party is a political party, established the Akhil Bharatiya Janwadi Mahila Sangatana in 1980. Efforts were made to start branches of this organization in all the parts of the country. So they are trying to make the effort so that the branches of this organization should be in the different parts of the country. The Sangatana started a struggle against issues. So this Sangatana, this organization started to fight against the injustice like dowry, female feticide. That is a female feticide, as we discussed. Female feticide means, as we all know, the child in the mother's womb during the time of pregnancy is called as a fetus. Okay, the baby which has been, you can say, it's still properly developed, but in mother's womb it is called as the fetus. So recognizing their gender became the big issue in the past. So when parents came to know if it's a girl child or it's a female, then they tries to abort that, right? So in this way they kill that child. So that is called the feticide. Like we do suicide, in the sense killing this fetus is called the female feticide. Domestic abuse, we had seen that so many women are harassed in the society, in the family. Even we had seen the comparison done in the family if a girl and a boy child is there. Research on women's issue was undertaken at various levels. So the research are also carried out at different levels to see the situation and condition of the woman. So from this we need to do some kind of improvement in the society, that there should be a equalness, right? No comparison should be done in the family, in the society, to the women or the men. Women study centers were started at the first women university. Even the some kind of universities or the colleges has been started for the women's, like Nathibai, the first woman university, the Srimati Nathibai Damodar Thakurshi Women's University, in short it is SNDT, it's in Mumbai. And the Tata Institute of Social Sciences, it's also in Mumbai. Savitribai Phule University in Pune, and Shivaji University at Kolhapur. So these are the important universities or the colleges that have started to support the women education. Now we can see there are so many different organizations that are supporting the studies of the women. These centers played an important role in critical analysis and in developing a vision on women's issue. So there are so many different, you can say, movements or so many activities. Even the laws has been brought in the society or implemented in the society, so that should be followed by the women, or not for the not followed by the woman, for the all members of the society, that they should bring certain kind of improvement or equalness in the society, because in the past the situation of the woman was not so good. So this thing should be changed with the help of different laws or different activities, right? Agreed to all, we need to follow it, that being a citizen, being a social people, we need to give an equal opportunity to everyone and support everyone for their development, maybe the job or the education, correct?